it's very important that the War Room Posse understand the concept of the cutout. That is where someone is engaging in activities that have been activated by our own government, but they are doing so at the direction of someone that has been selected by our government. Now, there is a pattern recognition here that is critically important. In the Russia hoax, you didn't have FBI agents just meeting with Russians telling them to tell lies about Trump. No, they used the cutout of Glenn Simpson, Christopher Steele, Fusion GPS. And then those folks directed the Russians all the while they were communicating back to Bruce Orr, to the Hillary Clinton campaign to try to delegitimize Donald Trump. Then in the Ukraine impeachment, you didn't see Adam Schiff just walk Alexander Vindman into the intelligence community. No, they used the whistleblower as a cutout because the whistleblower was roommates with one of Adam Schiff's staffers. Now you have the January 6th event where I expect that there will be these shadowy, gray area, national security types that are in and around the activation of the increase in criminal acuity of that day. And not for nothing, Steve, but using a cutout seems like exactly what they were trying to do to me. There's a guy named Steve Alford who's sitting in prison right now for trying to extort me, but he was not acting alone. Very likely, he was answering to a cutout, someone like Bob Kent, to try to destroy me, because you know what? Newt's right. We are going to take power. And when we do, it's not going to be the days of Paul Ryan and Trey Gowdy where the Republicans go limp-wristed, where they lose their backbone and fail to send a single subpoena. No, it's going to be the days of Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And you know what? We're going to get answers, real answers about what happened in the election, answers about the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and certainly answers about a Department of Justice and a national security apparatus that has gone totally off the rails. They have become the enforcement wing of the Democratic Party. The entire country knows it. And you know what? We need honest, fair, real application of the laws in our country. We're not getting that now. And frankly, we weren't really getting it at the DOJ under President Trump. There's a lot of swamp left to be drained, and I can't wait to get the gavels in our hands, to get the subpoenas ready to go, and to get these answers for the American people. And they're trying to take me out. They've indicted you twice, Steve. They're trying to take you out because they know the War Room Posse is activated to actually go and get this country back realigned and back on the right track. Now, there is a pattern that is consistent through the Russia hoax, through the Ukraine matter, through my matter, through January 6th, and that is that you have these gray operators that are adjacent to the intelligence community, former intelligence community people, folks who have that access to the network, and then they go and activate other people to seed a lie or engage in an activity that then gives the national security apparatus the authority to do something that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. In the Russia hoax, that was the series of lies that were activated by Christopher Steele, by Glenn Simpson, told by Russians. In Ukraine, it was the whistleblower activating Vindman. In my matter, there is someone literally sitting in prison now for trying to extort me and my family on a pile of lies, but he was not acting alone. I'm starting to wonder whether or not what they tried to do to me was extortion or an operation. And more, it looks like an operation because the very person that was coordinating with the person who's now in prison is a guy named Bob Kent. He's a member of the intelligence community, former Air Force intelligence officer, and then they even had a former DOJ official involved in this endeavor. And so I'm glad the American people were able to see through it. I'm focused now on this important work ahead when we seize power, because while